topic today is going to be about being obedient and listening to God's voice.
Amen.
Or you can say listening to God. So I'm going to start off with listening to his voice. First, we must constantly and daily renew our Holy Spirit within us.
Amen.
With praying and reading the word.
Right.
Because we are constantly asking God for this and that, and asking him the wise to asking him the let me say that. First, we must constantly and daily renew our Holy Spirit within us, because we are constantly asking God for this and that, looking for answers to our whys. I mean, like, why this? So we're looking for the answers, so we have to constantly read the word and stay praying to God.
Right.
And that isn't, I mean, God will answer us back right away, but we have to learn to stop and listen.
Right.
To what he's trying to tell us. Sometimes we like to request things for God and then go about our day without like constantly praying about it. Sometimes we just pray and then go about our day and forget about what we prayed about.
Right.
But we have to realize that God doesn't only answer us through prayers. He answers using people. Right. He uses our enemies. Right. He uses commercials. He even uses animals.
Right.
And I have a testimony for the animal part. Okay, so. And this was God. He was speaking to me through my animal, through our dog. And no, the dog wasn't talking to me. Because the dog was talking to me, God's going to have to tell me that's from him. Okay, so I was doing my devotion like normally. Normally I'll pray and then I'll start reading. Like I'll get into the word. So I was just praying. I was like, something popped in my head. You have fresh fire next Sunday. So I was like, dang, I don't even know what I'm going to do. So I was praying. And then eventually I got done with my devotion. And then I was like, oh yeah, something came to my mind. Oh, take the dogs out. I don't know why that never comes to my mind. That's like Sugi's job or Nai's job. So something was like, take the dogs out. So I was like, come on, Emma, come on. Sugi's dog is Emma, and our dog is Carmelo. So I was like, come on, Emma and Carmelo, let's go pee-pee. So Emma came, and then Carmelo, I was like, where's he at? Because normally he'll come or make a noise. So I'm like, where's Carmelo at? He was underneath my mom's bed. And I was like yelling his name, so he heard me. He heard me call him. So I looked under the bed, and I was like, Carmelo, let's go pee-pee. And he sat there and was just looking at me like I didn't see nothing. And I was like, Carmelo, let's go pee-pee. But I didn't want to yell because if he gets scared, he's not going to come. So I was like, come on, let's go pee-pee. He was just sitting there, like not even moving. Like he was just staring at me. I was like, Carmelo, let's go pee. Eventually he came down. I was downstairs before him, and he came down. And I went to go put my hand back to chop it because he knew he heard me, so I was going to pop it right in the butt. So I went to go chop it, and then I missed, and he sped up forward. And I had to swing my hand back to chop again. And I felt the Holy Spirit telling me, how dare you get mad at him, or how dare you going to chop him when your parents tell you to do something and you don't get up and do it right away. So I was like, like the Lord touched me right. So like the Lord will use anything to speak to you or to warn you. So I'm just thinking like I was ready to pop him, but it makes so much sense because God is like, he said we have to obey our mother and our father. And it's like, if your parents tell you to do something, you still do it, but you don't do it exactly when they tell you. That's being disobedient. So I'm thinking like, Lord, like I listen to my mom, but probably not when she tells me to do it. But the Lord said no. If she tell you to do something and you wait at least 2 seconds or 1 minute, that's being disobedient. Because she didn't say get up and do it in 1 minute. She said get up and do it now. So I'm like, wow, that's crazy. And I was like, I'm sorry, Carmela, I was not. I literally had to apologize because I didn't want to pop him like that. But he wasn't. It's just the fact that, like, God spoke to me using my animal, and it was in a perfect way because it went so smooth. And I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be my fresh fire. And I'm thinking like, that's crazy because like, I thank God because he He doesn't have to warn us about things, but he still does. Or he doesn't have to tell us, because we should know his word. We can open the Bible and we know the words right there.
Right.
But the fact that he's taking time to tell us or to use things to send us a message.
Right. Thank you, Lord.
And I'm just thinking, dang, how does that make my parents feel that when they tell us to do something, we don't do it right away, or we do something before we do what they do? Or how do we think that makes God feel, that God is telling us to obey this or obey that, and we wait to do it? Or we read the word and we know what's there, but we pick and choose what we want to obey and do out of the word.
Right, right.
And then I have on the listening to what God, trying to focus, reading your word and reading the Bible and paying attention to what God is trying to tell you, because God, whether you know it or not, God is constantly warning and constantly trying to tell us something. We're not going to always realize it if we're not praying and reading the Bible, because like you can ask God for something and open the Bible and read it. His answer's right there.
Right there.
He answers you right there, and that's so crazy. But I have another testimony. This like woke me up too, like to really obey my parents and obey God. Not just your parents, but to obey God. Like you have to obey everything he does. So one time our cousins were over there recently here. Not to like throw shade or anything, but I had a dream, and I guess he was having problems. I can't judge because I have problems with being obedient too. I don't do things when my parents tell me to do. I don't do it right away. So I have no right to judge or to say this or that. So I had a dream, and it was I can tell the difference from a regular dream and a wake-up dream from God. When I have a dream from God, it wakes me up. Like I'm up and I know it's from God. Normally I would just have a dream like, okay, but I still pray about it. But this was a wake-up dream. So I was praying, I was laying down and I was sleeping, but you know how you're half sleeping, kind of up, like you're asleep, but you can still hear something, like it was something like that. And I heard him talking to his mom, and she was telling him to do something. And I guess he was like saying something, mumbling something. I couldn't hear because they were downstairs, but I heard what was going on. And then I went back to sleep. And then in my dream, them two were at Walmart, and she was like, you need to do this and this and that. He was constantly just yelling back and yelling back. So I'm like, it's like I wasn't in the dream, but it's like I'm watching in the dream, if that makes sense. Like I'm watching what's going on. And he was constantly just yelling. She was like, you know what, your days are going to get cut short. So in the dream, I'm waking myself, because it was like the dream was for all of us. It wasn't just towards him. So he was constantly just yelling back, yelling back. And in the dream, I remember crying because God, since his mom was telling him that if he don't stop being disrespectful or disobedient, his days are going to get cut short. And in the dream, I remember God was going to allow him to get in a car accident and die because of his disobedience. So I was really scared because I knew God wanted me to tell him that and warn him, like, okay, you need to start taking what God's saying serious. So I'm just like scared. They were here, and I didn't want to tell him that because I was scared. But don't ever let your fear stop you from telling somebody that God is. Telling somebody that God wants you to tell him, because I didn't tell him that day. I waited till they go all the way to Tennessee to tell him. Guess what? God could allow him to die in a car accident while they were going back. So that scared me. It made me feel some type of way, because I'm like, God, I thank you for the mercy that you show towards my family and towards everybody else, because you could allow him to die since I didn't tell him when you told me to tell him. But the mercy that you showed towards him.
Yes. Thank you, Jesus.
It was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. We got back after we went to the Chinese place after Wednesday night. We had cleanup. We were there, and then my mom got a phone call from my aunt saying that he got in a car accident. And I remember I told him, and I'm not saying he didn't listen, because if you do something, it starts to become a habit. It can't change like that. It takes a process for things to change. So I was like, Lord, like, I told him, but like the thing that was running through my mind was he was gonna die. God was gonna let him die. So I'm like, okay, first if he got in a car accident, what next? He's probably gonna die. I didn't want to think like that, but I kept getting reminded that God was gonna let him die. So I was like, you know, Mama, can you ask her if he was being disrespectful lately or talking back to her? She said yes, and that just, the whole truck, our Chinese taste went away. Everybody was crying, we were speaking in tongues, we were scared. And I didn't want to tell my aunt that, because I should have told her too, because she could have prevented him not giving the keys to the car. But the fact, like, I was scared, but I'm just like, he's fine today, which I thank God for that, because that's his mercy. That was a wake-up call for him. And that was also a wake-up call for us, that God is not not playing. When he tells you something, he's not taking it for a joke. He's telling us we need to listen. The words in the Bible are not there to just look at. The words in the Bible is for us to obey and to listen to.
Right.
God, he's coming back to me. Us being disobedient or not following all the steps that God wants us to, we're not going to go in heaven. We're not going to.
Right.
The simple things, the tiny things that we think are small are big in God's eyes.
Right.
So I just thank you for the mercy that he showed towards my cousin and me, because that scared me, because it was a dream I had and a dream God told me to send to him, and I didn't do it exactly what he did. So he could have did something to me and to him. But I thank him for that.
Thank you, Lord.
And then we have a small praise dance that we're going to